Welcome to a great scene here. Excitement and energy flowing in the stadium as we get ready for this week's Game of the Week. And we can only hope that it matches the hype. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into the snake pit of an environment just trying to get out alive. This will be fun as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 17th ranked team, the Memphis Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Bringing it out, it's Thompson. And he's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Off the play fake on first down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Hand off to the right side. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So on the opening drive, it's now 3rd and 4. And the quarterback dropping back. Receiver makes the catch. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Looking to scramble now. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. Guys up front lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got it. Stopped right near midfield. It'll be a first down. So just one play, and they're just shy of midfield now.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here is impeccable.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. And the Salk were able to bring him down quickly. Third down coming up after that running play. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Able to get the ball back, but it could still be a drive killer.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks, when they decide to pull the ball down and run, they've got to protect it. He left it out away from his body exposed, and it got knocked away. He's very fortunate he had a teammate who was able to get on top of it.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. On first down, it's play action. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Impressive spin move. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
Good pass. Here comes a jet sweep. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back in motion now. They look to throw it here on second down. Tight end makes the grab. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking right, this one caught. And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Receiver makes the grab.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
It's a run. Running back's got it. In the clear at the 25. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Looking for his big tight end. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Yeah, I'm surprised he dropped the ball here. This tight end is known for his hands. The ball's put on the money. Somehow it just goes through his arms.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. Quarterback drops back. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense. And they're trying to punch it in here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
The defense clearly setting up to stuff the run here. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line. Not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
The defense has stuffed him twice in a row. They try to throw for it here on third down. And he'll set up to throw. Grab behind the line. It's DeMarco. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
So a yard away from the end zone. The offense will go for it here on fourth down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Intercepted in the end zone. And that's a solid return after the interception.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Keeping it on the ground here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Second down, we're going to throw it. He's looking to scramble.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Defense will make the stop of what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup. The Dogs come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a third down and 3. Can they pick up the first on the ground? It's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now. The Bulldogs will come to the line on fourth down, looking to convert. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he steps out of bounds, but a crucial takeaway. Great play by this defense.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And he drops back in the gun. Extending the play now. He's found some room at the 45. An explosive play. Big gain. Spotted down near the 37. Offense will set up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And they make the stop to get the ball carrier down.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they're able to tackle the ball carrier there.
I tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Makes a quick grab.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Oh, and he fumbles. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
Chris, anytime a quarterback starts to take off and scramble, the defense is alert to try to get to him and dislodge that football. He gets some positive yards, but he doesn't take care of the ball and secure it, and they're able to knock it away.
They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Play action here on 1st down. Quickly. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down into the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And looking for a big play here. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down. The Dogs hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Physical running, fights off the defender. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
That's a great feeling when your quarterback can make a throw that keeps the drive alive. Not as good as a touchdown, but it's a lot better than having to trot over to the sideline, waiting for your turn to get another chance.
Looking to throw it again. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
How about the big fella coming up with the interception? You don't see that very often.
How's this for starting field position? 1st and goal from the 2. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they'll set up with a PAT. And it's good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thompson. And he gets it out to the 28, tackled right there. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He shreds the tackle. The gain moves the ball to the 34.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Bringing pressure. He's going to take off. He'll go down, but that stiff arm earned him first down yardage. That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half.
I really like this call by this offense on second and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice first down.
Nice run. He's brought down at the 44.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. And he's intercepted for the fourth time tonight. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He pulls it in for a big gain. Finding some room at the 25. Tackle made after a big gain.
A big play here that gets them down into the red zone. They're not thinking about a field goal, I assure you, Chris. They're trying to get 6 points.
Memphis now operating in the red zone. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll try the left side with a toss. Toss the spin move. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, you're inside the red zone, which means you can't come away with anything less than 3 points. But you know this offense is thinking about a touchdown. They're trying to get to that end zone. They go with the toss play. The big boys up front being mobile, moving around, and the running back trying to get behind them to find yards. It's exactly what he did there.
Hand off to the single back. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Getting set. Here's second down. Motion now from the tight end. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. They'll look to throw it here on second down. It's a quick grab. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Now it's third and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on third down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's moving out of the pocket now. So the scramble comes up short, and now this offense facing a 4th down play. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. And that one is no good. And this game remains tied in the second quarter.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they'll take a deep shot here. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? They get him down after a short return, but the offense will go to work for the 44. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. He'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle.
And he cannot escape the defense with a sack. They get to the line in a hurry here for this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for a deep completion. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, they go to the air to try to pick up this first down, but it just wasn't meant to be. Defense was ready, made sure to force them into this fourth down situation.
And that punt carries into the end zone, so a touchback. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. And he lofts one deep over the middle. Deep shot caught inside the 25. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. The distance will be from 38 yards out. And they will trot out the field goal team here. The distance will be from 38 yards out. And it's good right down the middle.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. This will likely be the last play of the half. Off the play fake on first down. Lets it go quickly. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. We finally make the stop there after a huge gain, but that wraps up the first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Bulldogs will kick this away to get the second half going. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Memphis offense is back out on the field now.
Let's go. Hey, Cam. Lion.
First play of the second half is a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Moves to his left now, escaping the pocket. Locates the tight end, it's complete. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage. And he'll drop back here on third down. He's got it for a big gain. Tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength. Memphis getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Running back with the football. Good enough for first down yardage. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they've needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
A pass rush closing in. And the sophomore's got him for a sack. Second down now after the sack.
Boy, what an incredible push by this defensive line. And if you're going to survive in the SEC, the teams that really separate themselves are the teams that have great defensive linemen, especially in the interior. And Georgia has had an incredible...
Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's got some space. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Well, this quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down play coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right. He shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Receiver makes the catch. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. There's another interception. Losing track. And he'll step out of bounds, but that is a huge takeaway for this defense. First down here for this offense. They're going to run it. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle. Off play action. He's looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be?
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes a quick catch. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. An empty backfield on 2nd and short. Quarterback making some changes at the line. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Defense is coming after him. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore. Defense are going to keep the pressure up on this 3rd down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Snags a good throw. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now. A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. And the tailback's got it again. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
In an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Try and muscle for the first down. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. No huddle here for the offense. Trying for a 4th down completion. And he's swarmed by the pass rush. A sack to end this drive.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open, and result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
On the run, it's DeMarco. And the run moves the ball up to the 33. Dogs come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. And it works. The first down to the 35.
Chris, how about that by this running back? Got behind his pads and that big offensive line, able to pick up that first down. He just kept pushing through that line until he got to the mark.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Looking to pass this time. Finds his man. It's DeMarco. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw, and that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years, guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray, and more recently Jake Fromm, and of course Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
Play action fake, looking to throw. The pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. He eludes the rush. The pass is off target, yet hit as he threw as the third down pressure works. Head coach say, we'll try it again. They're 0 for 3 on previous fourth down attempts. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Airing this one out toward the sideline. Can't connect on the long throw. Incomplete. A fourth down stop.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Fires it to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Tackled after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the third quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. They'll feed the back again. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield.
I feel like this quarterback could make this throw in his sleep. It's like clockwork, a curl route against zone. And the quarterback, the only thing is he had to fit it into a tight window for that first down completion.
And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Chris, has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional, and that's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looks like he's going to run it. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And they're able to get him down.
But anything at this point in the game, when you get down to first and goal, you get positive yards, that's a good thing. Now, what will they do here on second goal? They spread this defense out, try to create some one-on-one matchups.
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Well, the defense is holding on for dear life. They've got a lead. It's late in the game. Just trying to keep this offense out of the end zone.
Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's third down and goal.
3:25.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Flips it with the running back, but he's got work to do. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
All right, it's a completed pass, but not enough to get the ball into the end zone, so you got a fourth down, trailing by 3. To me, Chris, a real pivotal point in this game. Does the coach kick the field goal for the tie, or does he go for it to take the lead, potentially, by scoring the touchdown? Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Bringing it out, it's Thompson. He's got an opening. Watch out, he's got great speed. Turns on the speed. Still going, it's a foot race. They can't catch him. Touchdown. What a highlight moment. The kickoff taken all the way back for a touchdown.
Man, a kick return for a touchdown is one of the most electrifying plays in football. Everything has to align right. Great blocks. Return man hits the crease just like he did there. Then he's off to the races. By the way, if I'm the kickoff coverage team, I don't know if I'd be kicking to this guy anymore.
Point after, knocked right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Tigers offense back out there. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? Trying to extend the play. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And they'll get him down that time.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the fourth quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
Using his legs on the scramble. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving. See what the call is on 1st and 10.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is going to get after him. They get upfield. They have a great pass rush. What do they create? Space and running lanes. And he takes off and picks up some nice yards.
Slides down to avoid the tackle. This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in a fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space and lanes. And he takes off and picks up a first down.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Memphis getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
Boy, this young man is doing everything he can to keep his team in this game, and this play checks all the boxes. Need a first down? Check. Get out of bounds and stop the clock? Check. Avoid himself getting a big hit? That's a big check.
That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, the defense had an opportunity here to really kind of seal this game, and instead they allow the quarterback scramble to pick up some big yards and get a first down and get out of bounds.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Running out of time in the pocket. And a sophomore making an impact play.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Breaks free. He's going to take off here. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble. The clock is still running. They've got to get set quickly. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Memphis.
What a touchdown by this offense. They're down 1 now, an extra point away from tying this game up with under 2 minutes to go.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thompson. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down try. Can they get something going here? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Man, give the defense a lot of credit. You're taking away the elite receiver. That primary target forces the quarterback to find a second or third option. He gets positive yards, but anytime you can take away the big play late in the game, it's going to help you be able to secure victory.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the 1st down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
That run moves the ball across the 40. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. And they'll give it to the back. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away. And the offense will spend a timeout with 27 seconds remaining. So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So tie game, 4th quarter. They're going to go for it on this 4th down. And the defense will spend a timeout here. Stop on the clock with 21 seconds remaining. Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on 4th down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Oh, and they cannot connect. Really needed that completion. Instead, it's a turnover on downs.
Chris, it's one of those calls that's tricky. It sounds easy to say, why would you go for it? But at the same time, who knows if you're going to get your hands on the ball again. So you're being aggressive. It doesn't work out, and now you got to rely on your defense.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Gets some space and on the 30. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the offense spends a timeout. The clock stopped with just 10 seconds left. Here's the 2nd down play. They'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And a timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. And a timeout is taken, just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. So on 4th down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. Field goal try, no good. He missed it, and the game is still tied up. So here comes our first play of overtime.
29 Philly. 2-9
Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage.
On the double.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be?
Black 24.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Oh, and now he fumbles the ball.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
Memphis now operating in the red zone. And the wideout goes in motion. They'll give it to the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Tackle at the 8 after the completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here. I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on third down, trying to force a field goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. And he'll drop back here on third down. Pressure is coming. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
Here we go.
A running play called on fourth down. Touchdown, Tigers. They strike first in OT.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. That's exactly what happened here as they scored this touchdown.
So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. They'll run it to the left. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Pass caught, can he get in? And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And now a decision. Do you kick the PAT or go for 2 and the win?
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board, you can either send it to another overtime if you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for 2 right here.
So 1 overtime, not enough to decide this one. Here comes the first play of double OT. First down, looking to throw the football. Makes a spectacular diving catch. So the offense has a first and goal now here in the second overtime. Here's the handoff on first and goal. He's swarmed by the defense. The Dogs will crank up the tempo. Looking to pass here on second down. He breaks free. And tackled there by the defense.
Boy, Chris, I thought when he took off on his scramble, I thought he had a chance to maybe get it to the end zone. But the defense does a nice job. Yeah, they gave up a couple yards, but they kept him out of the end zone.
So we're set up now for the biggest third down attempt all game. Can the offense punch it in here in overtime? Third and goal, looking to throw for it. A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush. So here we go. The coach rolling the dice, going for it on fourth and goal here in overtime. And now the defense will spend a timeout to talk strategy here before this crucial play coming up. So here comes the field goal unit out there trying to claim the lead here in OT. And it's no good. He missed it. And that one's off target, and the game will remain tied.
Man, I thought he hit that pretty clean. Good hold by the holder. Everything looked to be the way you'd like as a kicker. He just misses it, and the ball trailed on him and ends up hitting the upright.
So this defense now needs to come up with something special to make a play to stay in this game in OT. There's the tackle, but first down yardage. Memphis now operating in the red zone.
Flip it. 325.
Handoff on a single back formation. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. You got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So here we go. We'll set up for a walk-off chip shot to win it here in overtime. And now the defense calls timeout, trying to get organized and come up with a stop here in overtime. So here we go. We'll set up for a walk-off chip shot to win it here in overtime. He got it. The kick is good. They win it in double overtime.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
In these overtime games, Kirk, it just comes down to execution in the moment. Who can make one more big play? They did it. They come up with a signature W.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I think this likely will end up being one of the best games, not only for them, but maybe in all of college football for the season. To me, it felt like an instant classic and one that fans should remember for a long time.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.